to tomfoolery, to say the least, as we're going to head back to the north, and we're going to go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Not only are they have issues with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they finally get those figured out. We're finally cooking with fire. Well, now we got other issues. Now they're having issues with their rookie signing, not only Trey Hendrickson, their superstar defensive end pass rusher. Now they can't even get their rookie edge Shemar Stewart signed, in part because of the language of the rookie year contract. The salaries are pretty much set in stone. It's a few different things regarding the language, but more or less the voiding of guarantees. We're going to go ahead and take just a quick little gander here to get a bit of an idea of some of what the issue is. So you can see the Bengals have decided to wedge a new clause into the deal. It would turn any default in any given year into a void of all remaining guarantees. Previous ones like Mims last year just kind of voided out the guarantees for that 1 year. Same with their previous handful of first round picks. And Shamar's basically saying, no, you will not do that. As basically, you're not going to try this out on me. For the record, this clause has been used by other teams and other rookies. This is a new one for the Bengals that are throwing it out there too. So Bengals bungling the bad. You got Joe Burrow and his boys, but now you got to score 50 because you have absolutely nobody to get after the passer. And the guy you drafted in the first round, you tried to pull a fast one on. Now he's not even going to get in there to potentially develop into a guy that can get after the passer. So I don't know why they're trying to do this, considering financially it doesn't change a whole lot. Your salary is still the same. They're basically just trying to pull a fast one. But I don't get this move. I know the Bengals have the history of being quote unquote notoriously cheap, but this just seems like a silly hill to die on. I don't really get it.
Yeah, I don't like this look at all. This is not the first time the Bengals have had issues to this level publicly with signing a rookie. Now, we all know the famous, Andre Smith, lineman out of Alabama that they drafted, or at LSU, one of the two. He was massive, big dude, and just never panned out in the NFL because he held out for his entire first year, and then, never worked out for him. Look, I don't think Shemar Stewart's going to go that far, but I do think this is a pretty Bush League move by the Bengals to use this. Like, don't do it on your rookie, your first round rookie the first time. Like, do it for a second, third, fourth rounder, fine. But you're already struggling to sign a defensive lineman and an edge rusher in Trey Hendrickson. Why are you going to make yourself any worse off by not letting your rookie get into camp ASAP? Now, he's not the only rookie that is unsigned. Travis Hunter is also still unsigned. However, Travis Hunter is practicing because he didn't get bush leagued by his contract. The Bengals, on the other hand, are trying to throw this in there and throw a wrench in the system, and there's no sense to it. I actually very rarely agree with a rookie holding out, but this is one where I'm like, yeah, I don't blame him. Because if they're going to treat you like this as a rookie, what are they going to treat you like this, like as a fourth-year player going for another contract? What are they going to treat you like on a franchise tag? What are they going to treat you like 10 years down the road or 8 years down the road as a quote-unquote franchise player, like maybe a la Trey Hendrickson, for example?
So you just have to look down the locker room a couple steps to see exactly what it's going to look like.
You're already being ranked 31st to 30th of every NFL team when it comes to front office management. Don't make it any worse for yourself, Bengals. Like, this is ugly on so many levels for the Bengals. It's not even a bad look for Shemar Stewart, who has had, to be fair, if we're being fair to both sides, Shemar Stewart has had a lot of reason for people to not like him. Just nature of the work, nature of what happened in college to him. He is an outspoken individual. There's nothing wrong with being outspoken, though, as well. Like the other things, we'll leave those alone. But by nature, Shemar Stewart has every right to hold out in my eyes. I don't mind this at all because he's not asking for more money. He's not asking for more guarantees. He's just asking to be given his money year by year if there's no void.
Basically saying you void the rest of that year as opposed to all of the guarantees. As the Bengals history has shown that they do. I will say, like, other teams have done this, but you're not going to try this on me now. This is not your precedent.
Rookie contracts are guaranteed money. That's the problem, especially in the 18th round. They are 80% or higher guaranteed money year after year. It's not a lot of money, but it is guaranteed money. And you're basically eliminating potentially eliminating 85% of his future contract earnings if you eliminate the guarantees, leaving only performance-based, which would be for a rookie, $100,000, $200,000. It would be below league minimum, which is wild to think about.
Crazy to think about, especially when you already are having issues with the Trey Hendrickson signing because he's an outstanding edge rusher, wants to be paid like an outstanding edge rusher. He's 31, so this is his last time to really get a bag necessarily like that. That kind of makes sense because we see that happen. They still should find a way to get it done. Because your defense was like 29th, even with him. So, or you should have traded him at draft time. I digress. That one makes sense. I still think they're not doing good business there either. But this one's just egregious, especially when this is supposed to be your guy to replace Trey Hendrickson, quote unquote. Now you're fumbling it both sideways. It's just very, very, and it's a bad precedence for other guys who have their contracts coming up too. Not just Shemar, who even kind of said it at his locker. He's like, the Bengals are more concerned with winning arguments and getting things done. So eventually it's going to get figured out. Shemar is going to suit up for the Bengals. He's going to play, but he's not getting a second contract there. They are not bringing him back, even if he is Trey Hendrickson, as we can see right now. They will not be bringing him back. But everyone be sure to let us know down in the comments section below what you think of the situation. Are the Bengals wrong? Is Shemar wrong? Are they both wrong? Is it just dumb that we're having this conversation in general because it should have been taken care of already, which I digress on that one. But